Hey yo, what is happening guys? This is the Lightning Shade coming at you with another video. So today I actually have a special guest with me to actually talk about our predictions for Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. And of course it is Waruboi, a personal friend to the channel, so I hope you guys enjoy. And without further ado, let's just dive straight into it.
Yo guys, it's Waru. Before I begin, I want to thank Lightning H8 for this collab. Remind is coming so quick, which is really crazy. Because of all the games being delayed, like FF7 Remake, Avengers, and Cyberpunk, I jokingly thought that Remind was going to get pushed back, but it looks like it isn't. So I'm here to give my predictions and what I think could happen in Remind. So with this first prediction, it involves Sora, and it has to do with retcons and learning some hidden information. In the synopsis for Remind, it was confirmed that Sora is going to learn some hidden truths when he's tracing the hearts of the 7 Guardians trying to go back to Kairi. And we do get a bit of a glimpse of that with Aqua when he goes inside her heart and we see her having to deal with swarms of Dark Aquas. When you first look at it, you could think that it's just a continued subplot of what she went through during the Realm of Darkness and her being evil and coming back in 3. But I think this could be a good way of explaining why she kind of gave up during the final Keyblade battle. That scene happened right before Sora went into the final world. And obviously we all saw that she gave up and got defeated by the Demon Tower, same with everyone else. I can also see Sora going into Lee's heart and learning more about Subject X, aka Skuld, because in some of the answer reports, it is confirmed that Lee and Sayax, or I guess Isa, they knew about Subject X and they hanged out with her. With Riku, I can't really think of anything outside of Sora seeing a bit more of a retrospective of Riku and what he went through from Birth by Sleep to the first game all the way up to now. Basically seeing his character growth in Chain of Memories 2 and Dream Drop Distance. The one that I'm most excited about is Ventus because of what happened in Union Cross.
Now I agree with you on that, and I really agree with you. You know, it's gonna be nice to see the different characters, but when you said Ventus, I instantly thought of Sora diving into himself, because we know Sora's in his own heart, and then Naminé is trying to actually talk to him, but Sora doesn't want to listen, so he needs to find the secrets with Ventus and Roxas, and it seems Naminé was trying to stop him to see his true self. So I do think that Sora is going to try and find his true self, but after that we might have to have a boss fight. And my prediction is that, you know, we're going to dive into our hearts and try and find ourselves, to find a demon within us, a darkness, possibly fighting both Ventus and Roxas in order to free them, because they are also corrupted.
Next prediction is that we're going to see some Union Cross connections in Remind. So Union Cross obviously is going to be very important in the story of not only Remind but in the future of the series, because it involves the Foretellers, Luxord, the Master of Masters, and all of it is becoming more relevant. Ventus' role in the future of all this is going to be interesting to see going forward because of what Union Cross established. This is only speculation, but I have a feeling that when Sora tries to trace Ventus' heart, he learns some very dark truths about him that Ventus doesn't know because of amnesia, obviously. He learns about what Ventus did during the event of Union Cross. He learns that he actually did kill STRELITZIA and some other dark stuff. And maybe, just maybe, Vanitas actually did exist even back then. That would be insane, but also really cool to see, because I do want to see Vanitas come back. Also, with more Union Cross connections, I'm expecting that we're going to learn more about what the Foretellers want to do with the Master of Masters. I don't think we're going to see the Master of Masters identity just yet. That's going to be saved for the next game or Kingdom Hearts 4. Still though, a reveal in Remind would be pretty wild. I have a feeling that for people who haven't been caught up to Union Cross or don't care about it, they're going to be kind of confused. Just like with the ephemeris scene in Kingdom Hearts 3, like there are a lot of people who are confused saying, who's this guy? I have a feeling that in Remind we're going to get a lot more of those events, like maybe Skuld comes back, maybe we get to see LAURIAM, who's basically the human form of Marluxia. And he should get his memories back because at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, he was defeated. Same with Larxene. I think her somebody named was Elrena, I kind of forgot. I'm expecting them both to come back, find the main cast, and explain what's going on and what the Foretellers are going to do leading into the future. So yeah, I feel bad for people who haven't been getting into Union Cross, because the story for Kingdom Hearts is going to get much more confusing, more than it already is, which I find insane.
The Masters of Masters is a big name within the Kingdom Hearts lore. Now, of course, Union Cross without Union Cross there is no Master of Masters, and well, the Master of Masters has big plans. Now, we don't really know what that is. I feel that within Remind we will get a glimpse of what he wants, but not a full breakdown. I think the Master of Masters will give us a little bit of a tease of what's gonna happen, and that'll lead to the next game. I do feel the Master of Masters may appear, but just for a cutscene, possibly just the secret ending of Remind. And I just want to see how he plays it out. I want to see how he interacts. Maybe he doesn't even talk to Sora. Maybe he doesn't even talk to Yozora. He could just be there in the world observing, because the Master of Masters has a job, and that is to see that everything gets planned out. Or I think that's his plan, but he has the book, the Black Book, and of course that will definitely carry over to the next saga because of the ending we have seen of Lushu and the Guardians coming back. Now, of course, the Masters of Masters is actually planned all of this ahead. Now, of course, nothing was written after the Keyblade War. However, he doesn't seem that angry when it comes to his reaction we saw within the secret ending. He actually looked pretty pleased. It looks like he was aiming at the moon, and it looks like everything is according to plan for him. So if the Master of Masters is the final boss of the entire Kingdom Hearts series, I doubt that. I mean, it's possible, but at the same time it's not possible. I think that Yozora will have some type of connection to the Master of Masters. Like, maybe Yozora hates the Master of Masters because of certain stuff, but of course the Master of Masters' primary focus is Sora as of right now. Sora and the other Keyblade wielders. So I want him to actually meet Sora, maybe within the final world, and tell him a little bit of what's going on, and then give him a tease of what happens next.
Now my next prediction is that we're going to learn much more about Luxord and DEMYX. So there's been this popular fan theory that DEMYX is actually the Master of Masters, which sounds really weird, but also I wouldn't mind if that was the case, because they both do have the same personality traits. Like, they're both laid back, pretty comedical, but I don't think that's the case. Now, maybe DEMYX is somehow the Master of Masters' descendants, which is also not possible, but who knows. It would make DEMYX more relevant, and DEMYX fans would love that. So in the main story of Kingdom Hearts 3, Xemnas appeared and told Marluxia, DEMYX, Larxene, and Luxord that they have an ancient Keyblade legacy, which I hope gets explored more in Remind. We haven't seen DEMYX as somebody in Union Cross, so for now we don't know what his legacy could be, which is why people have been thinking that he is the vessel for the Master of Masters. We do know that he is going to show up in Remind because he encounters Riku, and why he encounters Riku, that's unknown, because it's obvious that he wasn't in the Keyblade graveyard, and I have a feeling that this scene takes place after Sora disappears and Riku's trying to find what happened to Sora. Their encounter will of course lead to a boss fight and more Dance Water Dance, but I have a feeling this encounter is going to be more than just a fight. I think some important information is going to be revealed during their encounter. Now, Luxord is interesting because in one of the Remind trailers, he did get a lot of screen time, basically fueling some speculation, and one theory that a lot of people had is that he is the original player in Union Cross. Basically, the player is Luxord. We're just seeing the events of Union Cross through his eyes. Now, people think this because of, in Union Cross, he used cards to use your special attacks, and Luxord, he is mixed with cards. He is the Gambler of Fate. Now, with Luxord, I have a feeling that we're going to see his human form, his somebody, and we're going to learn more information about the Foretellers and what they plan to do in the future of the games, and of course the past. Even though it is possible that he could be the player character in Union Cross, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in a future update, basically showing his human form, basically debunking that theory. There's also his wild card, which he gave Sora, and that he wants to fight him again. And that wild card, I don't want to get into it because I can't really think of anything to speculate about. It could help Sora in the next Kingdom Hearts title, but who knows. So yeah, be on the lookout for Luxord and DEMYX.
STRELITZIA is within the final world, so she's waiting for a certain somebody. I say STRELITZIA because it's not Ava's voice actor, and that somebody is Marluxia's somebody, who is LAURIAM. So LAURIAM is a, well, big character because he turns out to be Marluxia. But anyway, she said a somebody, and after Sora actually defeated Marluxia, he disappeared. So it's possible that she is waiting for him to actually show up, and then they can resolve their issues. Now I feel that LAURIAM coming to STRELITZIA within the final world should at least just be a cutscene, or maybe STRELITZIA actually transforms back into her human self because Marluxia comes to get her. It's either that or another certain somebody comes, but I'm most certain it may be LAURIAM, maybe Brain, or Scold, but it's most likely going to be Marluxia to save her, and that is just my take on it. He will come there because he's now a somebody. He has a better judgment, you may say, or maybe he actually saves her to fight her, to destroy her once and for all. We really don't know much about this except for the Union Cross stuff, but I do feel Marluxia comes to STRELITZIA and actually something happens. Could be a fight, could be them talking, could just be a cutscene, or maybe Sora intervenes and helps STRELITZIA, and this may lead way to the next act within the Kingdom Hearts franchise.
Really?
Yes, Sora, really, don't you dare judge my theories.
Now, my next prediction is going to be more in the Final Fantasy, and I have a feeling that Cloud, Tifa, and Sephiroth will come back. Now, starting with Cloud and Sephiroth, obviously it's been set up since the first game. I kind of want them to come back, not just only so that 3 can have a Sephiroth boss fight, but also I think the side plot kind of needs to be wrapped up. In Kingdom Hearts 1, after you defeat Sephiroth, they both fight and then go into a blinding light. In 2, same thing, so I don't know, maybe this time Sephiroth can finally be put to rest. Unless they want to do that same ending again where they both encounter each other, fight, and just go off in a blind light, being like, oh hey, they're gone again. It would be hilarious if in every numbered installment, Sephiroth shows up, you fight him, Cloud and Sephiroth fight each other, then they just go away in a blinding light. Also, what if instead of Sora fighting Sephiroth, what if Riku actually fought him? That would be pretty cool. The only reason I thought about this is because of the Hollow Bastion Committee coming back in the final trailer for Remind. I don't think a Sephiroth boss fight is going to happen, even though it would be pretty cool if you play as Riku against Sephiroth, but who knows.
Kairi is a huge character within the Kingdom Hearts franchise, and yet this is the first time she'll be playable within a Kingdom Hearts video game. So that opens doors for so many stuff. So why don't we explore more of her background? Why don't we explore more of her as a character herself? I feel that her background should be explained a little bit more, how her grandma was connected to that of Union Cross, and so many other stuff. Yes, I know that she has a lot of stuff, and yes, she is a well explained character, but not to that point of a main character should be explained. Yes, we know a lot about the character, but I want her past and her training to be touched upon as well in the DLC. I feel that she as a character is a big name, and that she should be her past should be explained more. And also I have this theory that I will actually cover after Waruboi covers his theory on that same certain character. So let's do it, Waruboi.
This next prediction is the least likely, but hear me out. I have a feeling that we're going to have Yozora be playable. There's been no evidence that Yozora is going to be playable, but I want to explain. So it's obvious that in the final Remind trailer, Yozora and Sora encounter each other in some alternate version of the final world. It's more like a nighttime version of it, and obviously it's been established that Sora's Japanese name translates to sky, and Yozora's name translates to night sky. So maybe that is Yozora's version of the final world, and Sora is somehow in his world line. Also, I can't really think of a reason why Yozora would want to be Sora's enemy. Sora's basically trying to find Kairi. With everything we know about Yozora so far, there's no reason why Yozora would have Sora be an enemy, because in the video game it's established that he's a protagonist, which wouldn't really make sense if he sees Sora as an enemy. It might happen anyway because of hype, but who knows. So the reason why I think Yozora could be playable is just so we can learn more about his character, because I think going forward he will be important. Also with Remind, we're seeing a lot more playable characters outside of just Sora, Riku, and Aqua. We're gonna have Roxas be playable, Kairi, and many others, probably. Having Yozora be playable would be a nice thing to add to the trend. Also, it would be a great way to learn more about his character, and like what he's gonna do in the future of the series. We could probably learn more about his backstory, what his goals are, and how it ties into the fortune tellers, and whether or not he does exist in a world line, because I think Yozora, he does exist. There's been so many theories about Yozora, it's insane, and I don't want to get into them because, like I said, there's so many of them. Some people are saying that he's an alternate version of Sora, and an alternate version of Riku. He's from Sora and Riku, which I don't want to get into. The Yozora speculation has been insane. Also, I think another factor as to why it's been insane is because some people think that Nomura is adding some elements of Versus 13 into Kingdom Hearts, which it can be possible, but who knows. Like I said earlier, playable Yozora is the least likely to happen in this predictions list. Also, if it was to happen, I don't think VERUM Rex is going to be an explorable world because that's going to be safe for future installments, just like Yozora being playable, but who knows. Remind is going to be pretty cool to see, and I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of excitement and surprises.
My next theory has to deal with Kairi, and more focused on Kairi because this theory was touched upon for Sora and Riku. I feel it touches on all three of them. So basically the Destiny trio, all of them have a special connection to Yozora. Yes, I said it. So yes, I feel that Riku, Kairi, and Sora all are connected to Yozora. Now we know Sora is a sky and Yozora means a night sky, which is also like a Noctis. However, I feel that Kairi's connection is very subliminal because while we see Kairi enter the final world with Sora, it is a pure white lighted sky, pure blue, and nothing bad. But when we see Yozora, it's completely darkness. And Kairi said that we all share one sky, one destiny. But when we look at Yozora's world, it's all cloudy. So what does Yozora's perspective of the world is that everything's within darkness, and Kairi is that darkness. Is pure-hearted because she is one of the 7 princesses of light. However, Sora and Riku's hearts, who are jointed with hers, will create Yozora. I know this is a lot to take in, but remember Sora did have Shion, who is the opposite gender, and then they still connected it somehow because it's Kairi and Sora's nobody. Now Yozora is Riku, Sora, and Kairi's whatever he is. I'm not too sure what he is yet, but I feel that this is going to touch upon the ground, and he won't know what's happening as of right now, but he'll know the names, he'll know what they can do. And even when you look at Yozora himself, he has all the stuff. He has the clothing of Sora, the look of Riku. However, his blade is red, just like Kairi's hair. Now, I know you could say the red can represent Sora as well, because he's always depicted wearing red. But I feel that Kairi should be involved with Yozora in some way.
Now, the final prediction is going to be a small one or a big one, depending on who you are. But I think we're going to get a title reveal for the next Kingdom Hearts game. Now, it was confirmed that we're going to get a new Kingdom Hearts game between 3 and 4. And after that next game, we're going to get, obviously, Kingdom Hearts 4. This next game probably is going to have some ties to what happened during the secret ending with Sora and the alternate version of Shibuya and Riku and VERUM Rex. Also, this next title is going to show more of what the Master of Masters is going to do and what his true goal will be. Going off topic, it would be pretty funny if the Master of Masters does start a new Keyblade War, but this time in VERUM Rex. And like, Yozora's like, you guys brought him here, really? So let's just have a Keyblade War in every Kingdom Hearts title. That would be fun. Going back on topic, it would be pretty cool if at the ending of Remind, or I guess a secret ending of Remind, we get the title reveal of the next Kingdom Hearts game. I can see it being like the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 2 where it teases Birth by Sleep, and at the end, the words say Birth by Sleep. So maybe at the end of this secret ending for Remind, we get the title for the next game. Like, I don't know, VERUM Rex. Low-key, what if the next game is actually called Kingdom Hearts Yozora, or Kingdom Hearts subtitle, and that subtitle is relating to Yozora and VERUM Rex? Kingdom Hearts 358 Keyblade Wars over 2, I don't know.
My last prediction for Remind is that we will be able to play a small portion, like maybe one area of VERUM Rex, similar to Scala at Kylum, where it's just a very limited, like you just walk into the city and then you have the final boss fight. I think that will happen within the Remind stuff. So I think that'll be the final part, and then we actually see a Yozora, and then we'll have the battle, and we'll see what happens after that. Maybe the title reveal will happen afterwards. So that was our prediction slash theory video of what might be within Remind. Waruboi, you have anything else to say before we sign out?
I have a feeling that none of this stuff is gonna happen, except for the whole Union Cross connections and hidden truths, but still. Playable Yozora would be weird, but I don't know, I'm just saying that would be hype. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Union Cross will be a big factor. However, I just want to say a thank you to Waruboi for collabing with me on this. Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is going to come out quite soon, and I'm really excited for it. Let me know in the comment section down below what's your predictions, and what do you guys think will happen, your predictions, your theories. Let me know, and a link to Waruboi's YouTube channel will be in the description below. And thank you so much again for collabing with me. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. Please leave a like, helps me a lot. Comment down in the comment section down below what you guys think. Share with friends because sharing is caring, and most importantly, subscribe to comment for lightning bolt. Anyway guys, that is it for the video, and as always, it's lightning Chate. Blaze out.